Camera's rolling. And sound is rolling. All right. So, hello everybody. Welcome to the Unknown Unknowns podcast. This is episode 11. And I know that because one of my faithful listeners sent me a message not too long ago, like, hey, where's episode 11? And so just a couple things, get into a couple things first. So first thing is I, from a regular listener, received feedback that some of my material they considered offensive. And so not necessarily material, but maybe characters. Okay, so I've been doing this character called Cousin Elmer. He's a backwoods kind of stereotypical rednecky guy, but it's so over the top. That's what it's supposed to be, is extreme parody. Okay, and so what I got to say first and foremost, this isn't going to be for everybody. My humor is not going to be for everybody. I never claimed it was going to be for everybody. So if anything I say offends you, everybody listening has the ability to, I don't know what side, go over here, and there should be a pause button. So you can just pause it. And then if you look over here in this corner, okay, of your screen, there's a little X. You can hit it and you can go and do something else, and I'll be 100% fine with it. Because what we have in this society is people no longer have the ability to choose what they like and dislike and just be happy with not liking it. No, it has to, I was offended, okay? And I've asked other people if they found it offensive, and 97% of the people that I presented the scenario to let me know that they thought it was extremely funny and that they could see the parody in the character. And that's not the only character that I have in development. I don't even know if I'm going to be a character kind of comic, but it's one of the things that I do at work to pass time. Like, it's what I do to pass time. I come up with these little characters. I have Elmer. I have Gary and Barry Cop. They're two brothers and they're cops. Then there's Randolph Alexander, and he's an Englishman, and he talks with his eyes closed all the time. Okay, so like I said, you don't like that kind of humor, you don't like that kind of subject matter, that's fine. That's 100% your ability to choose and your ability to say, I don't really like that. So this corner, pause. This corner, stay in frame. This corner, X. And I say stay in frame because I'm live right now on Facebook. So hello, Facebook. And that was probably completely opposite. It's probably going to be the X in this corner and pause in this corner. So whichever one works. The two little lines is the pause, and the two little lines crossing is the X. So go do something else. It's fine. Really. Like I said, there's I don't know, over 1 million podcasts. I'm sure most of them are reaching more channels than I am now. I'm going to get into that in just a second, because if you listen to the last one of the goals I had was getting on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, all the, more platforms than I'm currently posting to now, which is YouTube and SoundCloud and Facebook. And if you listen to me on those, I so greatly appreciate it. Thank you so very much. But I'm going to get into that in just a second. But no, you don't need to be offended. Go find something else that doesn't offend you. You don't like the humor I do on stage? That's fine. It's not going to be for everybody either. Humor is not a universal thing. Humor is a lot like art. It's a lot like any kind of creating. Some stuff's going to hit, some stuff's going to miss. Your audience that thinks it's hilarious is going to love it every time. Your audience that hates it is going to hate it every time. Okay, you're not going to win them over. You may win them over for short periods of time, but overall they're going to look at you and they're going to go, I think this sucks. Okay, but then the people that love you, they're going to reach out and they're going to send encouraging emails and they're going to say, hey, keep it going. Hey, where's episode 11? Because I've noticed that you haven't done a podcast in like 2 weeks. What's the deal? All right, so I have a little bit of a update on that. Okay, so everybody see Princess Mia? Princess Mia's here. Yeah, people have been asking about her. She's been wanting to do a podcast, and so she's happy now. She's gonna probably jump on the back of the sofa and walk around, or just look at the computer. So, update of why I have not done a podcast in 2 weeks. So I'm not gonna really get into it just because it's everywhere. It's all over the news. We're all dealing with the same thing. The whole quarantine deal because of the coronavirus. So while everybody else has been quarantined, I have been working. And so not just working a little bit, I've been working a lot. So the role that I play in the business I am an essential role. So I'm getting a little bit of a break. So this is why I'm making this today, and I'm gonna probably make another tomorrow because I think I'm gonna thought about doing just like a little art lesson, like just a little quick art lesson, show people how easy some stuff is to draw. And so I'm gonna probably do another one tomorrow, but I've really just been kind of worn out. I've been kind of emotionally drained, physically drained, just kind of unsure of this whole thing, not really knowing what to think, not really knowing how to react. I don't know what's right. This is a situation I've never been in before. I don't know what's right. I listen to different people. I listen to friends and stuff, and they have their opinions, and then they ask me, what do I think? And my opinion is, I don't really know. I have no idea. I'm kind of ignorant to the subject because I'm not an expert. And I think even the experts are, sure, but maybe, kind of like a little unsure. I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is. So I, like everybody else, has been dealing with this, but the actually taking time to be creative for this medium, because I like this to be lighthearted. I don't like this to be too serious. And right now, everything seems so serious, and you have a lot of people doing comedy stuff online to try and lighten the mood. And I guess you could kind of say that I kind of wasn't in the mood. And so I didn't feel like I should create anything because I really wasn't in the mood. I didn't really want to say something that I was going to be, discrediting somebody. I made one little simple, innocent joke on Facebook, and it was super, super innocent. And not even 3 minutes after I made the joke, somebody came back with, don't you think you're being insensitive to the people that have suffered? And yeah, people have suffered. And people suffer every day. Okay? Like I say, I really don't want to say the wrong thing. I really don't want to offend. That's not my goal. But whenever it comes down to it, there's car accidents, there's heart attacks, there's, all these things that affect society every day. And yes, this disease without the quarantine and everything else, or this virus without the quarantine, could have turned into, or is turning into something. I don't know. But it's maybe the steps that I've taken are helping reduce those numbers. But I don't like the fact that everybody discredits that things happen every day. And you'll see those same people make fun of other subjects that they called you out on. But I don't really call them out. Just I internally laugh at the hypocrisy, you know. And I'm gonna kind of leave that there because, you know, like along with the position I have at work and the way I am with friends and family and stuff like that, I take everybody at face value. I don't really care what your politics are. I really don't care what your religion is. I don't care what your sexual orientation is. If anybody knows me on a personal level, you'll never hear me talk about politics. I just don't, because it doesn't really matter any. They're all crooks, you know. When it comes to religion, hey, if that's what you believe, that's what you believe. Well, I'm not going to change your mind. You know, I'm not an expert. I'm not a scripture expert or a sandstone expert or whatever. You know, Quranic. I don't know. I don't know any of it. You know, so why should I have an opinion? Why should I form an opinion and try to influence something that you obviously have strong beliefs about? Not my place. So take that for what it is. And then, you know, whenever it comes to sexual orientation, to me, like, if anybody's even, still altering the way they treat people or altering who they choose to spend their time with just because this person, you know, has feelings for this other person, you're a complete idiot. And so I probably don't really need to spend time with you at all. You know, and then of course, you know, race and all that, you know, race. And to me, that all kind of bundles into one. If you're going to sit there and just judge somebody strictly on their appearance or, you know, who they choose to spend their time with, then you're basically an idiot. And so I'm not going to give any value to that. But, you know, so I'm a firm believer in the golden rule. I'll treat you the way I want to be treated until you give me a reason not to. And then I will be a complete dickhead. I'll be a complete asshole. You want to see somebody turn very, very cold extremely quick, treat me like a piece of shit. Because I guarantee I can be a 10 times bigger piece of shit than you can ever be. So that's where it comes with the, you know, hit the pause button, hit the X if you don't like it. I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm here for myself. This is a creative outlet for me to wind down. I'm not going to get into any particulars as far as, you know, things that happen in my day-to-day life, because frankly, some stuff is no one's business. If I think it adds value to someone else's life where they can learn something from it, or, you know, it adds to this podcast, yeah, I'll 100% bring it to the podcast. I don't hide anything, but there's some stuff that people just don't need to know. And so I don't choose to share that kind of stuff. And so there's that. Now, if you're still listening at this point, I really meant to do this so early on. But there was just that other stuff that was pressing. But I think I'm going to ask for this on every podcast for a few podcasts. And if you are listening to this and you're one of the people that agreed to help me out, I have not discredited your help. If you can give me that help, I greatly appreciate it. But just right now, understand that things are a little bit abnormal. And so I'm trying to reach as many channels as possible. You know, like we have we have a thing that we talk about at work where whenever you get to a roadblock, be a roadblock remover. And right now I'm at a huge roadblock. So if you listen to the last podcast with Mr. Zach Hendrick and Mr. Brent Reed, it was a great one. It was so much fun. If you haven't listened to it, uh, go listen to it. You know, take this time away from work and go listen to it. It was such a fun time. Those guys are great. I hope to get them on again soon in the future. So on that podcast, I had said that, one of the things I said is I wanted to accomplish getting on Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play. I want to start reaching more channels, more avenues with my podcast. I think I'm starting to kind of hit a little bit of a rhythm, and I got good lighting, I got better sound, my imagery's good. I haven't erased a show on accident in a while. So I think those are the good things, moving in a positive direction, trending in the right direction. And so what I'll do, I do want to get on those platforms. And so in order to get on those platforms, I need an RSS feed. Okay. Now, the caveat to the RSS feed is I could go and pay for one in 2 seconds. Okay, pay for it monthly, and this service would do everything I need to be able to get on all different kinds of platforms. Okay, so again, this guy, not technologically sound. Okay, not proficient with technology, and so some of the research I've done is you can build your own RSS feed, and that's what I need help with. So if somebody's listening, knows somebody, I got an ogre giving me notes, telling me what's good. So I like that. Good. I'm glad you're listening, ogre. Thank you. And so if anybody is listening, or you can pass it along to somebody, that's one of the huge things I need. I went to start uploading things to submit. You gotta, like iTunes and Google Play, you gotta submit several different things for to get onto those platforms to get approved. And one of the things is an RSS feed that I can link to my website. I have the website already. That's why I really don't want to pay for another service. That's a service I'm already paying for. I just brass tacks. I have wife, I have kids, I have bills, we have animals, I have a bunch of different things that I don't want to pay for another service if I can take a little time right now and build it. And I really don't want somebody to just build it for me and hand it to me. I want to learn how to do it. Okay, I don't really know how, and I'm still researching. I may figure it out by the time I actually get somebody to help. Okay, but if somebody can give me some help, greatly appreciate it. I would, you'd be on the top of my list, because it would definitely help me a lot. But like I say, if I can build it and not pay for it, that's what I'm gonna try and do. Okay, so that would be another milestone I'll be able to meet with this little project. I do apologize for the 2 weeks off. I really didn't want to break that stride. I have a goal this year of, that last week of December, I'm hitting minimum episode 52. Okay, and so this year alone, I'm 3 episodes behind, I think. I would have to go back and count. But like I said, I think I'm gonna do another one tomorrow or Saturday. Not 100% sure, but I think I'm gonna just do a little bit of a drawing show, just show people how easy it is to draw some stuff. I'm not sure how that works yet, but I think it would be something to try. I think it would be interesting. The webcam looks a little bright. My lights are a little bright for my webcam, but I don't know. I wanted to do something a little different, so I did a live cast along with my recorded cast that I'm gonna put on Facebook. I was gonna do Facebook Live, but I don't know if I can do both of them without having a streaming service, and the streaming service sucked. Again, they want you to pay for it, so it's good. You know, I would rather just do the YouTube live and then upload to several different platforms in an audio form, and then have the YouTube as a reference to Facebook and things of that nature. Oh man. All right. So, comedy. Um, so right now, as far as performances go, I've had none. North Carolina Comedy Festival, got canceled, and so I didn't get to go. I didn't get to meet a bunch of people. I feel really, really bad, Miss Jenny Stencil, that puts that festival on with Idiot Box Comedy Club in Greensboro, North Carolina. Feel really bad for that lady. She had a very big festival, getting put together, and all of a sudden the rug got pulled out from under her feet because of this whole thing. She is making an effort to reschedule all the comics in June and August. She's going to split the festival into two. I haven't received confirmation on which one I'm going to be rescheduled to, but as soon as I know, you'll know. Right now, the only thing I have in the immediate future is April 17th and 18th, tentative. I have a Friday and Saturday show at Happy Hour Comedy Club. Again, that's a super tentative thing. It seems like dates keep changing. I know it's going to be a strike whenever the iron is hot kind of thing. Whenever everything kind of does start to normalize, because people are really going to be wanting entertainment. I think there's going to be a little bit of a financial recovery period at that time, but people are going to really want entertainment. One of the things, there's a fellow comic that I do mics with and stuff like that. Actually, a couple, Jesse Pollard and Miss Kim, uh, they run Shenanigans Comedy Theater. It's Kim Wilson. Sorry, I didn't say her last name, but go on YouTube and look up Shenanigans Comedy Theater. Follow them, help support them. They could really use it. They're a small business trying to make it here in Huntsville. They're doing several interesting things. They have a calendar up and everything. So if you can, anything helps. With them, they're gonna have T-shirts that they're doing. But ultimately they have some shows. They're being super creative with it. So if you can do something with that, and then there's also Stand Up Live here in Huntsville. And they're partnered with Zanies in Nashville. Zanies and Stand Up Live have both been putting on benefit shows for their wait staff. Because right now all of their wait staff is out of work, and so they've really oh okay they've really been putting forth effort to really help out their wait staff. So again, if you look up Stand Up Live, you'll see links and stuff like that to the Venmo. I think it's Venmo or Cash App, one of the online services that you can donate to, and the same thing with Zanies in Nashville. If you can give, and that helps those people out greatly. And so, man, I was gonna get into some movie talk, but I really kind of think that's it for tonight. I do have to be I have to work from home tomorrow, so I will be up really, really early. Actually working. I think some people take the working from home as a siesta time, and I take the working from home as working from home. And so I have several things I have to accomplish before close of day tomorrow, but I think tomorrow evening I may end up doing another little bit of a live cast, and I might do my movie talk tomorrow. I had several interesting movies that I've checked out. I had a revelation about an older movie from 1994. You might have heard of it. It's called Seven. It's about the seven deadly sins. It's one of my faves. I was talking with one of my coworkers about it, and she had never seen it, And so whenever I was talking with her about it, kind of giving the synopsis of what it was about, she said the way I explained it and, explained the story arc and everything and exactly, what happens with the intermingle of the characters. She was like, man, you made that sound super interesting. I want to watch it now. And like now, granted, 9 times out of 10, 79% of the people in this world have seen that movie, or at least in the U.S. And so I don't think I'll be breaking any ground, but maybe it'll be a little bit of different perspective. And so whenever you watch it again, you can kind of see things that maybe you didn't see before, or maybe I'm completely wrong and my opinion is stupid. I don't know, but I'll give it. You can choose to take it or not. That's up to you. So I think we're going to go ahead and end this one a little early. If you're still here and you're still listening, man, thank you so much. Make sure you, spread the word about this podcast. I really want this to be successful. So the unknown unknowns, if you search Boudreaux Comedy on YouTube, I've discovered here lately, if you search the unknown unknowns, you get a speech from like some kind of general or something in the Bush Senior era. Did not know that would pop up, but that's what popped up. Now, if you search the Unknown Unknowns podcast on YouTube, I should pop up. And so, but ultimately, Boudreaux Comedy, Boodro Comedy on YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, Reddit. If anybody's on Reddit, if you can, go to my Reddit page, Boudreaux Comedy, and share it to the podcast page. Okay, they won't let me share it because they're saying I'm trying to self-promote. Okay, well, that's the only way you get successful is to promote. And so if somebody is on Reddit, go to Boudreaux Comedy and share my podcast to the podcast Reddit page. I cannot do it because it is my podcast. They will not allow me to do it. So if somebody could help me out with that, that would be awesome too. So SoundCloud, you can get this available on SoundCloud. I'll upload it. It should be up by like 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. I set it to automatically upload and all that good stuff. And so any ideas, any feedback, anything, whether it's good or bad, I learn from bad feedback too. So good or bad feedback, boudreauxcomedy@gmail.com, Boodro comedy@gmail.com. Boudreaux Comedy on Instagram, Boudreaux Comedy on Facebook, Boodro comedy. And I might not see you tomorrow. I have intentions of seeing you tomorrow. If you're still watching live, or you watch this or listen to this tomorrow, there may be something else tomorrow. But if not, it'll definitely be Saturday. Okay, and so I'm been thinking too about doing a tattoo podcast. So that's another concept I've been kicking around, so we'll see what develops. But if you're still listening, thank you very much. But stay safe out there, be conscious about social distancing and things of that nature. Just don't buy all the toilet paper. Share. Okay, sharing is caring. Remember whenever you used to have to bring enough candy for everybody? If you ate all the candy before school, then you were the butthead. It's the same thing with the toilet paper, okay? Same thing with the hand sanitizer. You got hand sanitizer, it doesn't hurt to share just a little bit. All right, there'll be more. And so everybody take care of each other out there, and I'll see y'all again soon. Have a good night. Y'all got a little bit of a preview of what I got to do whenever I stop filming. I got to pause for long enough to be able to cut. The unknown unknowns. The unknown.